Hello, everybody, and welcome to another awesome episode of Movie Guys Podcast. Tonight, we're talking about A Quiet Place. I am Jordan along here just with Eric tonight. Ed has a little bit of the stomach flu. I guess that's still coming around. But, Eric, how are you doing tonight? Are you keeping quiet?
I guess you could say that Ed was not quiet. The hunters got him.
Jeez. Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
That's what happened here. Actually, he didn't shh. Quiet.
He didn't quiet.
For most of this movie, I can tell you I was quiet. And it was dead quiet for my surrounding area too. It was a lot of quiet in a lot of places.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I hear you. Okay, so we're going to talk about A Quiet Place because everybody's hyping up about this movie.
This movie is getting a lot of hype. It's
why.
getting big reviews right now. 8.2% on IMDb. I think Rotten Tomatoes has it at 96%. That's so anyway. It's getting these high reviews, which I feel like everything's just kind of like a popularity vote now. But we'll talk about it to see if we think it's valid or not. 82 on a Metascore. It's big. It's getting big reviews. And good for director John Krasinski.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, so good for him, I guess. The Office has brought him a long way, and he did a good job.
No, he did a good job.
And he got writing.
Yeah, I was
He
excited.
did a screenplay on this, too.
Did he?
Well, I'd imagine just because he's directing it, but it looks like the story was originally by a Brian Woods and a Scott Beck. And John Krasinski has screenplay edit, probably because he tweaked scenes and added shit during his directing. So that's what that's what I feel screenplay has come to nowadays. Where if you have a handiwork on the visual story that's being told, if you have a say in that, then you're automatically in the screenplay. Or if you were in a script, if you had your hands on it and you had some red ink and you put on it, then boom, give that man screenplay credits.
No, yeah, absolutely, I agree. So I read an article, and the tagline for it was "Horror is coming back."
Okay.
And I'm going to... But I'm going to talk about the movie because the reason why I brought that up was because I wanted to see what you thought of some of my opinions here. So I went to the theater and I watched this with my wife, and I was not quiet. I was not quiet. I was bitching the whole time. So for those of you who have not seen the movie, the way that I interpreted it, and I could be wrong, so Eric, please correct me.
Okay.
But pretty much aliens have invaded Earth. That's my interpretation of it.
Okay.
And there's all these news articles that John Krasinski and his family have, that the only way to survive is to be silent because these things are blind and only they can hunt on what smell and also sound. And for what we know, majority of the population has been wiped out, and you literally cannot make a sound. John Krasinski and his family have laid pathways of white sand so they don't step on any twigs or make any noises with leaves or anything to attract them. Very intelligent. Here's my first gripe. Watching the movie, he has his family. He has his daughter, his two boys, and his wife. They're in a convenience store getting drugs for a son that was sick that they never mentioned after that scene. The little boy wants his toy rocket so bad. As soon as the little boy gets told no to the rocket and takes the batteries out, as soon as he takes the batteries and the rocket, I went to my wife and said, well, the boy's dead. He's dead. He's dead.
Automatically?
Sure enough, oh, yeah, automatically. And sure enough, a few scenes later, they're walking back, and the hunters come when the boy turns on the rocket. So, without me rambling on anymore, That is one of my major gripes with this movie. So freaking
That's the
predictable.
first scene in the movie. It's the
It's
opening
predictable.
scene. It sets the tone for the movie that this boy died immediately, right at the start, and what degree or what you're working with, what degree of villain that you're working with here. Like these things, and you saw how fast that thing went too. Like you couldn't. There was zero reaction time when those hunters were on you. They were on you. They gonna get you. Like they were fast. They were efficient. It was a one hit kill. Good night type thing. And I
Yeah.
enjoyed it because I think that set the tone for the rest of the movie. In that I don't know what's going to happen next. I didn't. You thought it was predictable. There were a few things that were kind of there, but I didn't know where the movie was going. That's where I'm saying. The scenes in typical horror movie fashion could have been predictable. There was an homage, I think, a tip of the hat maybe to Aliens that was a part in the movie there. We'll get to that. But I think for the most part, it was well executed. In that, again, to the story, I didn't know what was off limits. Like
No,
they killed a kid in the first minute, the first 5 minutes of the movie.
no, yeah. You're right. I mean, you do get that sense of, all right, so all bets are off. But I guess what my complaint is with John Krasinski's directing in this movie is that he sets up a scene and you know exactly what's going to happen. Now, maybe it's because we reviewed so many movies, but just to jump ahead a little bit, you get the kid who steals the batteries at the beginning, and you know he's going to turn it on, and somebody's going to die. Halfway through the film, the hunters destroy the house, and the mom and the baby, which we'll get into later, are downstairs in the cellar, and water, and the camera turns to water starting to go throughout the house. I'm like, oh, it's going to flood the basement. Okay. And then it's like, oh, John Krasinski's going to die in this movie. Okay. That's kind of my gripes is that it's the way
All
he
the
shot it.
spoilers at one. Hey, you just want to get all the spoilers out of the way, or
Well, no, yeah, I guess we did. But I mean, it's just those major scenes. To me, what makes a good movie is that you are blown away by that scene. And every single time that something big was going to happen, I already knew what was going to happen. And it's like, wow. To end my gripe, we'll talk about that too. So the little boy dies. Few scenes later, we find out that the wife is pregnant again. And my wife screams in the theater, which I was embarrassed of. She goes, why would you have sex during the alien apocalypse?
bro? Because people gonna have sex.
No.
People you're not gonna have sex at all during an alien apocalypse.
No. Eric, this is a very, very valid point here. Think about this. If the only way to survive is to be quiet, don't have a thing that is going to cry because that's how it knows how to communicate.
Okay, this is first off. I tell you right now, they had sex at the waterfall. Case closed on that one. Got you right there.
Sure.
Okay, or in the lake or whatever. But people gonna have sex, okay? Because if they think at the end of the world, they're thinking, man, okay, well, I could be dying today, tomorrow, whenever. I ain't going out without getting some fresh sex. End of that sentence. I think that's what they say. I want some fresh sex, is what they say, and that's what people have. But yeah, I agree with you completely. Like having a baby, it's like what? Now the only thing I can think of is because they showed you the valuable scene in that they lost a kid. So maybe the explanation I'm stretching, of course, or reaching, is that in their grief they want to have a new baby to replace the old baby.
Sure. But again, my point, which I agree with my wife on, if you base the whole movie on you have to be silent, don't have a baby because babies cry. You gonna die.
You're gonna die. That's what I thought too.
I
Like
mean,
I think there's a few moments there where And they did a great job. You know what? Respect to Emily Blunt. And I knew, well, no problem that she was going to do it. She's a great actress, and she showed it in this movie. And also John Krasinski, that there were moments without talking, mind you, that they had to convey that, like, hey, we kind of fucked ourselves with this whole pregnancy thing, didn't we? And like they
Yeah.
had a moment where they're just like, we this is a bad idea. We probably are going to die from this, aren't we? And then, like
Yeah.
just by looking at each other, it was pretty cool. It was a good moment, a good acting moment.
No, the acting in this movie is not bad at all. It's
No,
it's 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 definitely above subpar. But so they live in the
I'd
middle
say
of
it's very
the
good, actually.
very good. The family lives in the middle of the woods, and they live in which I'm assuming is their old farmhouse.
Shrimp Farms.
Yeah, but of his boy that just died a few scenes prior, he lights a fire on top of there, and you see all these other fires being lit. So of course that is me assuming that those are other people that are around the area. That's how they're communicating.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's what that means. So, in my opinion, they definitely missed a big opportunity because the only neighbor that we saw was the old couple neighbors.
Correct. Yeah.
We did not see any other survivors. Um,
Well,
but an
again,
interesting,
besides the fire.
yeah, it's well because the fire. So like that was a nice little tip of the hat of okay, these are all the people. I think I'm going to count 4, maybe 6 fires. So a few scenes later, um, John, I'm just gonna call him John. John and his other son decide to go fishing,
Yes.
and on their way back from fishing, they see an old woman. I couldn't see what was going on. Did she get attacked by a hunter, or did the old man kill her?
Unclear, but you can assume that she was attacked probably by one of the hunters, and maybe that the guy. It's unclear, but it's I would imagine that she got attacked by the hunter, and the guy was just like, well, I'm old, I'm alone, I really don't have a whole lot else to live for, so I
Yeah,
think I'm just gonna end it right now. And it's a good thing that I'll have an audience, so I could just yell it right now instead of I'll wait for you guys to leave and then do it like a fucking regular human should be fucking doing. But no, this guy decides to like wait until there's a father and a son in front of him before me. I was like, what a dick thing to do, man. It's like,
yeah, and all yeah, because that goes with my fire question. Was that old couple? Did they set one of their fires to communicate with John? I mean, like, does John know them? Like, they're
I I think in
yeah,
that in the fire part, that's just kind of your hope that there are other people going through the struggle with you. Like this is a hard life, but there are still people here, and to let you know that that you have people around you. You know that like if situation does get dire or you find yourself in the some weird scenario where I don't know you're out, but other than that there is people out there. So you're comforting by that fact. Maybe that's what it is. It's just a comforting fact to know that there are other people out there.
I guess so. I just didn't know if because one of the things that I wish this movie was just not that wide in scope for me.
It
That's
didn't
one of my
need
other
to
complaints.
be like that. I see what you're saying. I completely see what you're saying. I think it focused a lot more on the family themselves and what their life is, what their struggle is. It didn't focus a lot on the monsters, and which was good. There were the parts where there was the close, where there was the creep mode, where the monsters, doing the close encounters thing, which seems to be a bit cliche because it just doesn't seem like a monster or a hunter's MO type thing, to lurk or to sniff it out. And
Well, I don't
like,
know, maybe because that's what the term hunter is.
yep, indeed, you're right. And I also think it's like if they are hyper of hearing, like, wouldn't they be able to hear like the heartbeats or like a breathing or like an upset stomach? I mean, like what happens when they get sick? I mean, where do they poop? Like, because
Yeah,
I know you, Jordan, have not had quiet movements before, so.
No, exactly right. I'll be the first to go. There'll be no way because I'm a loud son of a bitch.
Yeah, so I mean,
Yeah.
like, certain things to come into question, but again, you roll with it because, for the most part, they seemed very prepared and established. Like everything seems to be good. Like they removed all the doors, so obviously there's no doors to open or close. There's no noise that comes from there.
Yeah.
The whole light system is very good. They have under an oven that's underneath. They had a quiet room. They prepared for the baby by making a box for it, a soundproof box, and a oxygen mask.
I saw that. I was like, hey, that's kind of clever.
Yeah, so and then they had remember, did you see the kids lining the walls with paper?
Hmm.
So they're layering it over and over again to make it more and more and more soundproof. Like so, I respect to them for for really showing that they were prepared, and they did a good job of that. Step by step, it was high tension moments because of the quiet game that you had to play in this movie.
Well, see, the other thing I want to bring up that you just said was the lights. I like the lighting system of SOS essentially, where they have the normal yellow lights, everything is fine, but then when there's danger, the lights turn to red.
Yeah,
I like that, so when John comes back, he knows an SOS is about to happen. Uh, the quiet game I thought was fun, but also we didn't bring this up either. But the daughter, the oldest child, she's actually born deaf,
yes, she's deaf.
and John is trying to make her a hearing aid that actually works.
She has a cochlear implant. I believe I'm saying. I hope I'm saying that right. And yeah, he is tinkering with a number of the different earpieces in order to help her hear. Right.
Absolutely. Then he gives her the new one, and when a hunter is around her, it gives off this loud squealing sound. Her earpiece
Like
does.
an echolocation, you can assume, right?
Yeah, yeah. And then the
Or
hunter starts
maybe
to freak
it
out.
it opens. Oh no, you know what? No, no, that's what it is. So, because I thought about this too, and there's a part where they were Emily Blunt is threatening the hunter with a shotgun to the face, and you think to yourself, well, take the fucking shot, take the shot, it's right there, and they had quick cut to a paper clipping where it said that they were indestructible.
Yeah, they had armor essentially.
Yeah, and then you had seen kind of a little bit more how there's like these kind of a plate thing that's in their head, and it reveals a sensitive area, and that was pretty cool to see how that function worked. The hunters were really cool monsters. Like enjoyed them in the world of scary movies. The hunters are pretty dope. Uh,
Yeah, hunters were good.
but yeah, not to give it too much away when they define the weakness, but yeah, it seems that in order for them to hear, for them to activate their hyper hearing, the head that is essentially kind of a shield that they all of these plates, there are parts that like remove from their ears, and they show like these hyper hearing holes that they're able to just ultrasonically like just pick up sound for miles, right? And they can just hear
Yeah.
everything. And yeah, it doesn't seem to. It only happens when they reveal that. So when they start to hear, or they pick up when they turn on their, I guess their ears. That's when they hear the cochlear implant, the frequency that it is omitting, and it fucks them up real bad, right?
Yeah, because the way that the CG was moving, I was saying to my wife, "Oh my God, his head's gonna explode."
Right. Yeah. That was a cool scene, right?
That's what I thought. I thought the head was gonna explode. It didn't happen, but so Emily Blunt, we established, is pregnant, and she is the nail scene. I gotta talk about the nail scene because, of course, that is again another prediction thing.
Why was that nail in the thing?
So no, it wasn't. So what happened was Emily Blunt was downstairs while everybody was out and about doing their thing, a normal daily routine for this family. And she's downstairs doing laundry.
Yeah.
And she puts all the wet clothes into a laundry bag. She drags it upstairs because she's pregnant. She can't carry everything. And the bag, there was a loose nail, and the bag caught the nail, and it ripped. So the nail was poking up because it was a loose nail.
Oh,
And
I see.
yeah,
Okay. The way I'd seen it, I guess I must have.
yeah. So
Okay.
then, of course, I'm
It was
watching.
laying down, and then she pulled, and then through the
She
bag
pulled and
pulling
it
and
pulled
pulled it
up.
up.
Yeah. So then, of course, I went to my wife again, and I was like, okay, somebody's going to step on the nail. Now, my prediction was wrong. I thought it was going to be the girl that is deaf. I thought she was going to step on the nail because 2 scenes prior, she wanted to go downstairs to the basement, and
Yeah.
her mom said no. So I'm like, oh, okay, so she's going to step on the nail and scream, and she's going to get it next. But I knew somebody was going to step on that freaking nail.
Yeah.
After the nail scene, though, the mom's water breaks, and now we got a little cat and mouse game with the Hunter and Emily Blunt, right?
Yeah.
Now,
Pretty cool scene actually.
now my wife, just giving birth a year and a half ago, said, and I quote, my wife does not talk like this. That bitch ain't going through labor. She ain't screaming her guts out.
Yeah.
Right. So kudos to Emily Blunt for not screaming, but she loses it at the last minute when the fireworks go off as a warning system, and she leaves up a howl, and we have no idea where the hunter is. John Krasinski comes and saves the day, and the baby is now born, a baby boy.
That was a pretty cool scene, the fireworks scene. So like even then they had a plan. Like everyone had a plan for
They
this
did.
baby to come in, and that was actually a pretty cool scene. I props to them for their creativeness on that. It seemed like they had a lot of it covered up. So yeah, I will even give them a pass just because of exposing the weakness at the end. It's like you would think that if there was enough time for them to publish in papers what their weakness was, or not their weakness, but what they hunted by, like there was circulation that went around. People were doing their jobs then,
Yeah.
and still going to work during this epidemic, I guess, something like that. That you think that they would have tested different sound frequencies to be an anti-venom. But I would say in past just because they preluded a bit when John Krasinski was trying different frequencies for the implant to work. And I believe that this was like tried in like what did he say, 19 or 21 or something like that. Maybe it was
Yeah.
something like that. But yeah, so that they were attempting to do different frequencies. So maybe that they had attempted and there just wasn't a frequency. But either way, that was my gripe about this, where I feel like an advanced civilization, if you found out how they hunt, then I think you could have countered it. With some sonar technology there, you could have.
Yeah.
I figured they would have figured it out earlier. A girl in a barn shouldn't have figured it out before intelligent first world countries.
Well, see, now that's what I wanted. That's my 2 more gripes. There's 2 more gripes. We'll get into the end of the movie after this, but that's another thing that I'm missing in this movie, and what I meant earlier by a bigger scale. Maybe it's because I've been I don't know what you want to call it, but maybe it's because my expectations are too high or whatever. But you're going to sit here and tell me that these monsters came from the Earth, these monsters came from outer space, whatever they are. Our military is not going to send every single person out there to attack them. They're not gonna release nuclear bombs and destroy cities. I mean, like, where is this information at? I have no idea, because as far as we know in this movie, Eric, you're right. A little girl under the age of 18 who can't hear just figured out how to beat these things, and our government couldn't. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so where's the article in the newspaper that gives us all this other information? Like, where does it say nuke bomb tested in New York, monsters still alive? Like, just that one little thing.
Well, they
So I
they
know.
get away with it because they obviously don't give you a lot of those details. But again, they do paper clippings, and we don't know. We know that it's been happening for about 2 years, right? Like
It was 472 days at the end of it.
yeah, and we can readily assume that when the movie started, which was at day 89, that it had been probably well before that already, because their hideout, their headquarters, or whatever the hell, their zombie station was already up and running and effective. It was already good. The
Yeah.
shop that they were at was pretty much already looted. Except, did you notice what stuff they left behind?
No, what?
The potato chips.
Crunchy. Nice.
Yeah, crunchy bags and ruffly bags. So
Nice.
a lot of that in candy wrappers too.
Oh my God.
So
There's
great,
a
nice touch.
That is a nice little touch. Did not notice that. My last gripe, and then we'll get into the end of the movie, is how can I say this without sounding like a douchebag? I think the family is just a bunch of fuck ups.
Uh.
No, I'm and I'm serious. I mean, you got a little boy who is 4 years old, and for the past 4 years of his life, or 2 years, whenever this happened, he knows to be quiet. He knows to be quiet. And it's like, he's just a fuck up. Like, take your little fucking rocket ship, but don't take the batteries. You're just a fuck up. Also, another reason why I have to complain about that scene still is because the parents are a fuck up. You never let your 4-year-old son be the caboose of a fucking train. I mean, like, you have the dad or the mom up, you have the parents as the head and the caboose, so all kids are safe.
Yeah.
You know, it just makes more sense to me. The other thing that I said that they're fuck ups on is they're eating dinner. Dinner is cooked and everybody's happy and they're praying to baby Jesus. Everything is great. And then the kids are playing Monopoly and the fucking middle son tips over the goddamn lantern and starts a fire. It's like, come the fuck on. Like, you guys are just nothing but royal fuck ups.
I mean, those are just plot movers. Those are just scary stuff to get the ball rolling, right?
But see, that again though is why I have so many issues with this movie, is because this movie is just plot driven. It's like, okay, we got to do this because it's not giving me a story driven movie where I want to know what's happening. It's like, the nail, the kid in the rocket ship. You know, it's like very disappointing because it did not leave me going, oh, what's going to happen next? You know, but so the end of the movie comes, the cellar floods. We got a hunter versus the family. The two remaining kids are falling down into a corn silo, which is a very actually good scene with the hunter inside the corn silo with him. That was great.
That was a good scene.
Hunter escapes the corn silo because he hears the hearing aid issue again. John Krasinski comes to see the day, tells him to hide in the truck. He has his shotgun ready to go, and the hunter scopes him out and knocks him on his ass. Attacks the truck. John Krasinski stands up, knows what he has to do. The cliche moment, and sacrifices himself for his family.
Tears.
I don't like
that. Cry.
I don't like that, Eric.
Yeah, I didn't like it either. I felt like the sacrifice could have been. Yeah, okay, so my question was here, and this is exactly what I had said after I was done with the movie, is like, I want to know, because they are based on sound, these hunters are, can we go on Tremors rules? Like, you would think that the rules applied in the movie Tremors would apply the same to this movie. So, if I, John Krasinski, is standing in front of a truck that is with my two children inside of it that are being attacked by a hunter on it, I would think, right, that if I took an item or something and I threw it real far into the cornfield and it made noise, that would attract the hunter.
That is a very good fucking point, Eric. Yes. He would have had a noisemaker or something, like not actually like a grenade, but like a noisemaker grenade where he pulls the pin, throws it, and it makes like a noise.
Yeah, like what if it's like yeah, exactly. Like something, maybe like a little firecracker or something.
Yeah, because they had fireworks. We've seen that.
Yeah, so like I would think.
Where's the bottle rocket at?
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. See, like I think that there's something there, but again, might be digging too much into it. And there is a part where you're just supposed to enjoy the movie. And again, they did a very good job at building high tension scenes here, just kind of like a la Alfred Hitchcock, where it was just build, 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 and it was just long builds. And it did it a lot without any dialogue until you were suspended in the moment. And this movie did that very well, I think.
Absolutely. Build is a very good point in this movie. That's all that is. It's just build up.
Build.
Before the very last scene of the movie, I have a question for you though. Is that would it have been better as a character piece, more of a drama, Since my prediction is, or my opinion, that the whole family's nothing but a bunch of fuck ups, that John loses his whole family at the end of the movie, and he's the only one that's left.
I actually there was a part where Emily Blunt was watching the monitors and John and the two kids were out in front. And, like, that would have been a moment if all three of them got taken out and Emily was all by herself.
With the baby. Yeah.
Yeah, like that would have been a moment. But again, like there were setups of that where I didn't know what was going to happen, and especially with the kid Marcus, the surviving son, when he ran into the cornfield. Like there's moments where again I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what was going to happen next.
Right
Uh,
there. Right there. A fuck up, right?
yeah,
He runs to the cornfield. Fuck up.
yeah, yeah. You think he'd make a lot of noise from that too?
Talk about all those cuts too. I mean, I live by corn. Those corn stalks cut you.
Yeah, those things
So
are thick.
now here comes the biggest gripe, and we'll end the show on this. The point where I'm like, oh, it's this kind of movie. This is bad. And that's where they find out how to kill the hunter. Emily Blunt kills the hunter with the shotgun because it is wounded from the noise from the earpiece.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, the camera pans to the monitors, and we get two more hunters coming because there was a bulletin board that John Krasinski wrote that said that there were 3 that he knows of in the area.
Yes.
So 2 more are coming at the house. Camera pans away from the monitors to Emily Blunt, and she gets the Arnold Schwarzenegger cocking the shotgun turned to black. Really? You're going to make, dare I say, an artistic, independent movie about nothing, about just silence.
No,
And you're going to have it with her be a... Come on. You're not going to tell me... This movie does not qualify for ramblifying the woman.
It's ending. It's ending without the ending. They found the weakness. They found the way to kill them.
So now she's going to be Linda Hamilton, and she's going to just Sarah Connor the shit out of these things. I mean, come on,
She's watched her
man.
husband die, and it killed one of her kids. Like, why that? You know, I think that she's been looking for a reason to kill these things.
I guess it's just.
I get it. I get it. It's campy.
Bad taste.
The shotgun.
Yeah.
Is and then Fade to Black seems very. I expect it from Bruce Campbell and not from Emily Blunt.
Absolutely. I was disappointed. I was like, wow, that has changed my opinion on this movie. I mean, because was there 2 more? I don't know if there was more than 2. Because
he said confirmed. He said confirmed 3. The board said confirmed
so we don't
3. So
we don't know how much are around the world, but
correct, or what part of the world that they're in.
Yeah, we have no idea. So that was just my gripe at the end of the movie. So we'll get into our final reviews of it here. Eric, is A Quiet Place worth it or not worth it?
I enjoyed this movie. I'd say as far as scary movies go, yeah, I think it's worth it. I think it was and I'll tell you why. The biggest part of it is just because movies that are just quick, get to the point, starts off with that action real quick, boom, and then it does a lot of the build and it obeys the rules of the world that it sets itself in. Now again, the tremor rule, I would like to clarify that if they could maybe explain that, wrap that up, or just do it.
Yeah.
The frequency thing that we've talked about before about how little girl outsmarted the world, years after, but maybe that could just be a certain frequency that they had found on accident. I get that. Willing to slide that. The movie's only 90 minutes. That's why. If you have a scary movie that can get me those thrills in 90 minutes and still have a story, I mean, still have a world that, again, it pretty much obeys the rules that sits within itself, I enjoy it. Now, again, a little far-fetched with the pregnancy thing. That was a bit weird. Again, why the fuck is she pregnant in the first place? Why would you? But again, it was a situation. They had to do it to further the plot, create tense scenes. They had an alien nod where there was the basement was being flooded. First off, why was the basement flooding? God damn it!
Yeah. It's flooding because the alien on the first level of the house destroys the first floor and destroys the hot water tank.
There you go.
And it's flooding.
That's right. Okay, good. So thank you for the explanation for that. Did not see it. There's a part where there was in the basement there was a waterfall kind of cascading down in one of the banisters, and Emily Blunt kind of ducks behind this little waterfall, and she's pinned. She's back against the wall, and has this waterfall separating her and the rest of the basement, and you could tell the hunter was getting close to it, and there was that part real close. I thought it was gonna peek its head through and do the little
Alien thing.
yeah, but luckily we didn't get that far. I think it just
I didn't think of Alien on that. I actually thought of the Lost World Jurassic Park when the T-Rex is chasing all the guys and they go through the waterfall and the
See?
T-Rex head goes through.
See, well, that could be a part of it too. But either way, I enjoyed this movie. I think that it gave me the scare, it gave me the high tensions I was looking for, it gave me a lot of that. I enjoyed it. I'd say it's worth it. In theaters, sure, like it plays a lot to the sound. It really does. But like, I think this is a perfect Netflix movie. Like, it is probably
Yeah.
I think it's absolutely perfect Netflix movie. I don't know about like theater would be pretty cool, but like because they would probably do that too. Yeah, I'd say theater. Why not? It's a good scary movie. And it's a good date movie. It's a good popcorn date movie for a scary movie. Quick 90 minutes. Get a date. Get whatever you get out of that. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but no, I'd say it's worth it.
All right. Yeah, fair enough. I can't believe I'm saying it, but I myself am going to say that A Quiet Place is worth it. I think I bitched the most at this review about it. But I mean, overall, it was kind of a breath of fresh air. That a movie that's like this even came out. I mean, this is pretty much a silent movie.
Yeah.
And with the money that it is making and everything, it's just really cool to kind of see movie, because I have seen this movie before. I mean, especially being a horror guy in my younger years, like I have seen this type of movie before.
We
So
saw it last year. What was that scary movie that we saw?
Don't Speak.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw it last year. So I mean, like, but overall, with all my bitching and all my gripes about it, the acting is actually really good. Some of the best acting that we have seen so far this year in 2018, in my opinion, for Movie Guys Podcast.
Yeah.
And John Krasinski's directing. Look, he's no Steven Spielberg, but the guy can direct a movie. I just wish he did something a little bit different with it. But overall, yeah, the movie's definitely worth it for me. Well, I guess we got to keep tradition as tradition is, but I guess when the show with this, Eric, A Quiet Place, porn movie name.
Is this tradition now?
I guess. We've been doing it. This is like the 5th time. What would you call it?
Just real quick, too. The budget on this was an estimated $17 million, and an opening weekend was at $50 million. So
Made its money back really quick.
in triplicate, yes. And that was just the opening weekend, so I'm sure that was domestic.
Holy shit.
So good for it. It's doing very well. Okay, porn name. A Quiet Face. A Quiet Place. Yeah. A queefing face? No.
A queefing face. That's a good one.
A queefing space.
A queefing space. There we go. Jesus Christ, that's ridiculous. Well, we hope you guys don't think that our show is ridiculous, though. You can check us out at movieguyspodcast.com, on movieguyspodcast.podbean.com. You'll find us on Twitter at movieguyspod, on Facebook, Movie Guys Podcast, and also you can search for this episode and many others on iTunes. Just search for Movie Guys Podcast. But Eric, thank you so much for joining me, buddy. And we'll be back next week for a special episode. Have a good night, guys.